Hi, I'm Dan, and welcome back to No Cones Garage. On this episode, we're going to have a little chat on the progress of the LMP360. I want to take a few minutes to talk about where the project's at and where I'm trying to go with videos and documenting the project over the next couple months. So as I'm recording this right now, it's the middle of July. The event I'm building the car for is at the end of October, and my intention is still to try to get the car in some form to the event. I know that the car is not going to be as finished as I'd like for the event, but I'm still trying really hard to get it to the event and running. Progress on the car has continued despite the fact that I haven't actually released a video for quite a while, and that's simply because I just haven't had time to edit them. The car is actually at the stage of what I'd call roller day. So the car's been on the ground, all the suspension is fabricated, the A-arms are welded, all the geometry is done, bell cranks, pull rods, all of that is done, and the car has actually been taken back apart and is currently back on the chassis table to get finished welded. So that brings me to the plan for the channel and videos moving forward. So all of the work I just described, I have documented. I've got videos of the work. I've got some overview shots. And so my intention is to move through and do make videos about things like making the rear subframe that you can see behind me, making the suspension, A-arms, bell cranks, front upright adapters, and all of those individual steps, mounting the steering rack, shortening the steering shaft, the steering column. So I'm going to document all that. I'm going to release videos on it, but I wanted to put an update out and just kind of show people that, hey, the car is progressing. I'm still working on it. And my plan is over the next couple months between now and the challenge, I think what I'm going to do is just do some summary videos as I do things. I'll record activities, but I really just, the amount of work I need to do on the car takes up all my free time, and I just don't have time to do the editing needed to make the videos. It'll be easy to throw together a kind of one-shot video like this one with minimal edits, minimal music overs and stuff like that. And so it'll be a little more like a video log. But like I said, my intention is to come back with a little bit more documentation moving forward. I don't think, I'm not going to go to like a weekly type thing with those. I'll release maybe 1 or 2 a month between now and the challenge, and then I intend to document the trip down to the challenge and the challenge itself. So another thing that's happened is I did purchase another donor car for the vehicle. I bought a 2001 Outback. It was very rusty. I got it for 200 bucks. I'll be able to sell the rest of it back just to the junkyard, and I'll be able to take the parts I needed, the engine, ECU. The car was a runner, so I've got a running engine, transmission. I took the front uprights. I'm going to replace the WRX uprights with the ones from this Outback. It turns out the brakes are actually the same. The uprights are the same. So fundamentally it's the same parts, but I'll be all into everything for 50 bucks. And the engine, instead of being the 2.2 liter with about 130 horsepower. It's the 2.5 liter with a little bit more like 160 horsepower. So that'll be a nice bump for the vehicle. So since the chassis and suspension were done, I was able to more fully develop the bodywork concepts and the aerodynamics that will eventually end up on the car. I borrowed heavily from the Praga R1, got some support from the Grassroots Motorsports message board to kind of develop an aerodynamic concept that I'm going to use. I don't know how many of those components I'll get done this year before the challenge, but you know, moving long term, I've got a good vision for what the car is going to be. Here's a couple images of what it's going to look like. I developed a couple livery concepts. I don't know how complicated I'm going to be able to go with livery. Realistically, it's going to be something with paint, so it's going to be a little bit simpler than maybe some of the crazier concepts like this Hoonigan-inspired one. But you know, if someone approached me and wanted to get the car wrapped, it's a bit of a blank slate. So that's going to be about all for this episode. I know this is a little bit different than what I've previously done. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I know it's been a while, and I really do appreciate the people that have subscribed, following along, and engaging in the build. It really means a lot to me to know that there's people that are excited and that want to see the build finish, and I know I do. I'm really excited for where it's at and where it's going. Really just wish I had the ability to provide, you know, a little bit more real-time videos, but it's the limitation I'm under, and at this point I just really need to prioritize working on the car versus getting the videos out. So I appreciate your patience, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.